Beloved, hear the sound of the trumpet that shakes the heavens and stirs the earth. I, Michael, captain of the heavenly hosts, declare to you that the end has begun. The forces of darkness have reached their limit. The time of delay is over. The hour that has been whispered of in eternity has arrived. The trumpet of warning, of proclamation, of judgment, is sounding across the realms, and it is calling you to attention. Do you hear it? The sound is not faint, it is a roar that pierces the spiritual atmosphere, shaking the foundations of the enemy's schemes. Every plan that was hidden, every plot that was cloaked in darkness, every deception meant to delay your destiny, all are now exposed. The end has begun, and it is the turning point for all that has opposed the will of God in your life. The trumpet signals more than warning. It signals movement. It signals victory. The heavens are not silent. The angels are not idle. The throne of God has decreed action. The powers of darkness have felt the pressure, the collapse, the weight of judgment pressing upon them. They have reached their breaking point. And in their weakness, the Almighty calls you to rise, to stand, to walk boldly into the plan that has been written for you since before the foundation of the world. Beloved, the trumpet does not sound for the faint of heart. It sounds for the prepared, for those whose faith has been tested, for those whose prayers have ascended like incense before the throne. You have been waiting, struggling, and standing in the face of opposition, not knowing the full scope of what has been happening in the spiritual realm. Now, the revelation comes. You are at the center of a divine shift. The time of waiting is over. The time of awakening has arrived. Understand this. The enemy has grown arrogant, overconfident, and reckless. He believed the delay would break you. He thought the weight of trials would force you to abandon your calling. But the hand of God has held you, preserved you, and prepared you. Now, the trumpet declares that the same forces that sought to destroy you are crumbling under their own exposure. Every lie they planted, every attack they launched, every scheme intended to slow your destiny, all are failing. All are breaking apart. Hear me clearly. The end is not only the breaking of darkness but the release of your breakthrough. The trumpet signals that the chains are loosening, that doors are opening, that the promises long delayed are now coming to fulfillment. The time to step forward with courage is now. The time to claim your inheritance, your victory, your position in the kingdom, is now. The sound of this trumpet carries a message to your spirit. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt. Do not fear. Rise now, for the forces that opposed you are exposed, and their time is finished. The heavens are aligned. The angels stand ready. The authority of God moves in your favor. You are not passive in this hour. You are active, chosen, and empowered to receive all that heaven has prepared. Beloved, understand that this is also a call to discernment. The trumpet reveals the invisible, exposes hidden motives, and brings clarity where confusion once ruled. The enemy's frustration is visible now. His manipulations, his distractions, his accusations, all are failing. Every effort to obscure truth has been undone. What has been hidden in darkness is now brought to light. And you are called to respond with faith, not fear, with courage, not hesitation, with obedience, not delay. Do not underestimate the significance of this moment. The trumpet is not sounding for ordinary days. It is sounding for extraordinary change. It is sounding for the turning of seasons. It is sounding for the breaking of chains and the restoration of all that has been delayed. The end has begun, and with it comes your open door, your appointed shift, your divine elevation. Beloved, prepare your spirit, align your heart, and strengthen your faith. The enemy has reached his breaking point, but you are rising to the fullness of what God has promised. Stand firm. Walk boldly. Speak with authority. And hear this, the trumpet is not a mere sound. It is the signal that heaven is acting, that your breakthrough is imminent, that the end of opposition has come, and the beginning of your victory has begun. Lift your eyes. Lift your hands. Lift your spirit. The trumpet has sounded. The hour has arrived. The end has begun. They have reached their breaking point. Open now, for what has been prepared for you cannot be delayed any longer. Beloved, hear me now. The enemy, who has whispered lies, plotted in darkness, and sought to hinder your destiny, has reached his breaking point. Every plan that was once hidden, every scheme meant to delay or destroy, every deception crafted in the shadows, all are now unraveling. The pressure of heaven is too great. The weight of divine justice is too heavy. The enemy can no longer sustain his attacks. For too long, he has operated under the illusion of control, thinking that time and circumstance were in his favor. He believed he could manipulate events, silence prayers, and obscure your purpose. But the courts of heaven are not deceived. The angels have watched. The saints have interceded. And the Almighty has decreed that the season of his destruction has begun. His strategies are now failing, and his power is collapsing from within. Do you see it, beloved? Every effort to confuse you, every lie aimed to weaken your faith, every opposition that has arisen against your life, all are now exposed. The enemy's strength has reached its limit. His arrogance, his deceit, his intimidation, they cannot endure the light of heaven. He is crumbling before the very gates he sought to breach. This breaking point is not merely symbolic. It is literal in the spiritual realm. The forces that have surrounded you in darkness are losing cohesion. Their plans are falling apart. Their whispers of fear, doubt, and condemnation are now being silenced by the authority of God. The adversary has no more strategies to keep you trapped in delay. His time of influence is over, for the hand of the Almighty moves with unstoppable power. Beloved, do not underestimate the significance of this hour. The enemy is in retreat even before the final blow has been struck. His servants are confused. His agents are faltering. His lies are being exposed to those who are vigilant, those who have stood in faith, those who have waited upon the Lord with patience and obedience. The breaking point has been reached, and with it comes the liberation of what has long been held hostage. Understand this. The enemy's breaking point also signals the activation of your breakthrough. The very moment he falters is the moment your victory begins to unfold. The chains that once bound you, the obstacles that seemed insurmountable, the opposition that felt relentless, all are now weakening. Heaven is moving, angels are advancing, and the promises of God are flooding into place. The enemy's panic is visible now. He senses the loss of authority. He senses the collapse of his strongholds. He senses that what has been delayed will no longer be delayed. And he trembles, for he knows the time of reckoning is at hand. Every effort he once believed would succeed now fails. Every weapon he forged against you now shatters. Every plan he laid with cunning now dissolves before the power of heaven. Beloved, take courage. The enemy's breaking point is your open door. His weakness is your victory. His collapse is the signal that heaven has moved decisively on your behalf. This is the moment to stand firm, to move boldly, and to declare the truth of God over your life. For what the enemy has intended for harm, God is now using for your elevation, your protection, and your fulfillment. The Lord says, "Behold, I am breaking the forces that rise against my children. I am exposing the schemes of darkness. I am declaring that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. The enemy has reached his limit, and I am releasing my power to secure their victory." Beloved, the breaking point of the enemy is also a call to action for you. You must now open your spiritual eyes, open your heart to receive, and open your hands to take what heaven is releasing. The time to respond is immediate. The time to act in faith is now. The enemy is weakened, the battlefield is shifting, your victory is within reach. Take this declaration as a shield: the enemy is broken. His plans cannot stand. His lies cannot bind me. Heaven fights for me, and I am free to walk in the authority of the Most High. Beloved, the hour is urgent. The enemy's breaking point is not just a moment of weakness, it is a divine signal that your time has come. Stand now, speak now, move now, for the forces of heaven and earth are aligned in your favor. The end of opposition has begun. Open now, for your victory cannot wait any longer. Beloved, hear me clearly. When I say, "Open now," it is not a suggestion. It is a command from the courts of heaven, a divine decree, and a moment that carries eternal significance. This is not merely about opportunity, it is about alignment with the timing of God, the movement of angels, and the culmination of plans long held in suspense. The phrase, "open now," signals that the season of delay is over, that the barriers have been removed, and that your response at this hour will determine how fully heaven manifests in your life. Understand this. Timing is everything in the realm of the Spirit. There are moments when heaven's power moves invisibly, shaping circumstances, arranging connections, and preparing the way for breakthrough. And then there are moments when heaven speaks, acts, and moves visibly, when doors swing wide, chains are broken, and victories are revealed. Open now is one of these moments. It is a signal that the invisible has become visible, that what was long delayed is now available, and that you are being called to step into alignment without hesitation. Beloved, to open now means to release fear and doubt. The enemy has long whispered lies. You are too late. You are unprepared. This is not your time. But these whispers are false. Heaven has orchestrated this moment for you. To open now is to trust that God's timing is perfect, that His plan is unerring, and that what is being released cannot be delayed or hindered. It is the moment to step forward in faith, knowing that the forces of heaven are supporting your every step. To open now also means to walk in obedience. There is no room for delay or hesitation. When heaven signals, it is imperative that your heart, your hands, and your spirit respond immediately. Obedience at the appointed time unlocks blessings, opportunities, and answers that were once inaccessible. Hesitation can delay revelation, and hesitation can allow the enemy to attempt one last obstruction. But when you move in alignment with heaven's timing, the gates are fully open, and nothing can stand in your way. Furthermore, open now is a call to recognize divine authority in your life. This is a season where your prayers, your words, and your actions carry increased spiritual weight. The adversary has reached his breaking point, and heaven is calling you to step into the authority that has been entrusted to you. Every declaration of faith, every act of obedience, every alignment with God's word will now produce results that are immediate, tangible, and eternal. Beloved, understand that this is also a season of clarity and revelation. What has been hidden, obscured, or delayed is now being made clear. The enemy's confusion has given way to divine clarity. The plans that were meant to distract, deceive, or delay you are collapsing. Heaven is moving, and the phrase, "open now," is the signal for you to perceive the unfolding of His will with precision. Your eyes, your ears, and your spirit are being awakened to see what was invisible before. Finally, open now is a call to take action in partnership with heaven. This is a sacred invitation to cooperate with the forces of light. Your readiness, your obedience, and your faithfulness activate the power of heaven in your life. Angels are poised to move. Doors are poised to open. Promises are poised to be fulfilled. And your participation is required for full manifestation. The time to act is immediate. The time to respond is urgent. The time to step boldly is now. Beloved, hear me as I declare, the end of opposition has begun, the breaking point of the enemy has arrived, and heaven is calling you to open now. Do not hesitate. Do not question. Do not delay. Step into the fullness of what has been prepared. Release fear. Embrace faith. Walk in obedience. Align with the timing of God. Open now, for the forces of heaven are moving in your favor, and the victory that has been promised cannot wait any longer. Beloved, now that you have heard the trumpet of the end, the breaking point of the enemy, and the call to open now, it is time for you to understand your role in this unfolding hour. You are not a passive observer in the spiritual realm. You are a participant, a warrior, a chosen vessel through whom heaven moves. The unfolding end is not merely a season of destruction for the enemy, it is a season of activation for you, a time for courage, obedience, and faith to rise to its full measure. First, recognize that your spiritual position is critical. The enemy has reached his breaking point because the authority of heaven is aligned with your life. Your prayers, your perseverance, your faithfulness, all these have contributed to the weakening of his hold. You are not here by accident, you are here by design. Your role is to remain steadfast, to stand in faith, and to act with clarity, knowing that every choice you make in this hour affects the outcome of the battle. Beloved, part of your role is to speak with authority. Words carry power in the spiritual realm. Every declaration of truth, every pronouncement of God's promises, every affirmation of faith, is a weapon that binds the enemy and releases the blessing of heaven. Now is the time to speak boldly. Declare over your life, your family, your destiny, the enemy is broken. The plans of darkness cannot succeed. I walk in the authority of heaven, and I am protected, guided, and victorious. Next, you are called to act in obedience. The unfolding end requires movement. The angels cannot fully operate on your behalf if your hands remain idle, your feet remain still, or your spirit hesitates. God's timing requires your cooperation. When heaven signals, "Open now," your response must be immediate. Open doors, open opportunities, open your heart fully to receive and participate in the work that heaven is orchestrating. Hesitation delays the manifestation of what has been prepared for you. Your role also includes intercession and vigilance. You are called to stand as a sentinel, to watch, to pray, and to discern. The enemy will attempt to resist even in his broken state. His confusion will manifest through distractions, accusations, and temptations to fear or doubt. You must remain alert, steadfast in prayer, and vigilant in your alignment with God's word. Your intercession not only protects you but also reinforces the victory of heaven on the earth. Beloved, courage is central to your role. The unfolding end is a time of intensity. It is a spiritual battlefield where heaven and earth intersect. Fear has no place here. You must rise with confidence, knowing that the forces of darkness are collapsing before you. You are empowered by the Almighty. You are surrounded by angels. You are aligned with divine purpose. Stand firm and do not retreat. Your courage strengthens the army of heaven and activates your destiny. Finally, remember that your role is one of faithful reception and cooperation. All that heaven is releasing, victory, breakthrough, clarity, protection, requires your participation. You are invited to receive it fully. Accept the provision, the guidance, the strategy, and the protection of God. Cooperate with the movement of angels and the direction of the Spirit. Open your heart, open your mind, and open your hands. The unfolding end is not complete until you step fully into your role. Beloved, hear this as a charge. You are essential in this hour. The enemy's breaking point has created an opening, and heaven is waiting for your participation to release the fullness of blessing. Stand strong. Speak boldly. Act obediently. Intercede constantly. Receive faithfully. Your role in the unfolding end is not passive, it is decisive, powerful, and eternally significant. Take this declaration into your spirit. I will not shrink back. I will not delay. I will stand in faith, speak with authority, act in obedience, intercede with vigilance, and receive the fullness of God's plan. I am a participant in the unfolding end, and I will walk in victory. Beloved, step into this role now, for the time is urgent, the forces are in motion, and heaven awaits your alignment. Beloved, hear the final word, the declaration of heaven, the sealing of your destiny. I, Michael, Archangel of the Lord, stand before you as witness, messenger, and warrior, pronouncing a benediction over your life that will echo from eternity into the earth. The end has begun. The enemy has reached his breaking point. The gates are open. And now, the dawn of your new season is upon you. Lift your spirit and receive this. The Father has seen your endurance, your faith, and your courage. He has observed the battles you have faced, the prayers you have whispered in secret, the tears you have shed in silence. And now, the heavens have aligned, the angels have been dispatched, and the doors of your destiny are swinging wide. The old season of delay, doubt, and opposition is over. The new dawn, radiant and unstoppable, has arrived for you. Beloved, this benediction is not mere words. It is a spiritual seal, a declaration of authority, and a pronouncement of victory. It establishes you in the place God has prepared. It confirms that the enemy's power is broken. It sets a divine hedge of protection around your life, your family, and your calling. The forces of heaven are stationed on your behalf. The chains of darkness are shattered. And every promise long whispered over your life is now activated. I declare over you, you are empowered to walk boldly. Step into every opportunity, every blessing, every assignment God has prepared. Do not fear what lies ahead, for heaven has already gone before you. Do not doubt your authority, for it is sealed in the heavens. Do not hesitate, for the doors that have opened cannot be closed by any force of the enemy. You are strengthened, you are protected, and you are lifted into the fullness of God's plan. Beloved, receive also the confirmation of your spiritual guardians. Angels have been dispatched to accompany you, to guide you, to fight for you, and to ensure that every step you take aligns with the divine purpose. Your brother in heaven rejoices at your readiness, your courage, and your alignment with God's timing. The message he carried has been delivered. The enemy has been exposed. The victory has been secured. This is a dawn of restoration, elevation, and divine favor. Every loss is being restored. Every promise delayed is being released. Every plan of heaven for your life is moving forward without obstruction. Stand firm in faith. Speak the words of heaven. Walk in obedience. Receive every blessing, every vision, every opportunity, and every confirmation with gratitude and expectation. Finally, I seal this word over you with heaven's authority. You are covered. You are protected. You are elevated. You are victorious. The forces of darkness have no hold over you. The plans of heaven are unstoppable in your life. You are sealed for the new dawn, and nothing shall hinder what God has ordained. Beloved, rise now in the fullness of this truth. The trumpet has sounded. The enemy has broken. The doors are open. The end has begun. And your new dawn is shining with power, favor, and divine purpose. Step forward. Receive. Walk in alignment. And know that heaven is with you every step of the way.